Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Natalie Megan and this is Weirdo Book Club. Today I thought I would go over a few titles that are publishing in September that either I have read, am starting to read, or have caught my eye and piqued my interest. It only just occurred to me that I should be doing this because I have like a front row seat to stuff that's coming up. And like, I remember before I started doing bookish content, I looked to content creators that I enjoyed to see what was coming up. Like, that was how I found out about new releases and upcoming releases. And so the other day I was like, I'll do it. I don't know why it took me this long to realize that, but here I am. Better late than never, I always say. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about some upcoming releases that are publishing this month in September that have me intrigued. Now, disclaimer, to reiterate, some of these titles I have read, some of them I haven't read, and I just plan to read. So they aren't really recommendations, so to speak. They're just kind of like putting them onto your radar because they interested me, and if our tastes align, maybe they'll interest you too. When I'm giving recommendations, I like to know what I'm recommending, and so if I haven't read it yet, I can't very well say you should read it because I don't know what's in it, and that makes me look irresponsible. I'm a Capricorn. I like to be responsible. One of the ways I do that is by making sure I know what I'm talking about before I open my mouth. I know that's rare these days, but I am one of the few that's holding that down. So I will note which ones I've read, if I've read any this month. And please know that it's not really a, hey, you should read this kind of thing. And it's more of a, hey, I saw this and it interested me. Maybe it'll interest you too, kind of thing. So with that in mind, let's move forward and talk about some of the books that I'm excited about this month. Okay, first up, I got this courtesy of Libro FM's ALC program. It is Feminist History for Every Day of the Year by Kate Mossy. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say it. I have not read this yet, but it is downloaded into my audiobook catalog. It sounded interesting. It features fun cultural moments involving 366 women through history, one for every day of the year. And I'm really excited to give it a try. I love feminist history, so I have my fingers crossed that it'll be an interesting, important little collection. Feminist History for Every Day of the Year publishes September 4th, so it's already out, so you can go and grab it. You can't go wrong with a pink book. Oh, y'all know how I feel about that, so give it a shot if it sounds interesting to you. The Macabre by Kosako Jackson. This publishes September 9th, so tomorrow or whenever, September 9th. I don't know when this is coming out, but it publishes September 9th. I have not read this either. I have it in my catalog courtesy of Libro FM's ALC program, and I'm excited to try it because it's like a dark, artsy fantasy. It's got supernatural and sci-fi elements. It follows a young man who has like a lot of creative abilities, but he also has some magical abilities. And once the people in charge, the infamous they, find out about it, he's tasked with destroying artwork and potentially saving the world. This is such an interesting premise and something that I'm really excited to see how it plays out. It feels like it has a little bit of everything and it kind of blends genres together. And so I just feel like I need to try it. Plus the cover is really cool. Again, it publishes September 9th. So if it sounds interesting to you, why don't you go ahead and grab it? So next up we have Replaceable You by Mary Roach. This publishes September 16th and it covers all of the ways that science and technology and medicine has made a lot of advancements in regards to replacement parts. Everything from like pacemakers to the intestine being fashioned as a vagina. They're very dark subjects that Mary Roach seems to tackle, but she does it with like a humorous flair. I have a few of her books on my TBR. I have Stiff, which kind of explores the life of human cadavers. Again, very grim topic, but very funny, I'm told. And then I also saw someone recently on TikTok talking about a book of hers called Bonk, and it's like a sexual history book. I don't know. I really want to try it, but this one comes out September 16th. She just explores them with nuance and humor, and I think that that's like the best way to approach some of the darker subjects that we like to explore. We all have those little dark wonderings and curiosities inside of us, and so I think it's nice when you can do it in like a kind of fun way. This is Weirdo Book Club after all. So next up we have When We Spoke to the Dead by Elise S. Carter, and this also publishes September 16th. This is another nonfiction. I got this courtesy of NetGalley, and I have not read it yet. This one is about seances and how speaking to the dead jump-started the spiritualist movement and how it's still relevant and present in various areas of society to this day. So it sounds right up my alley. That kind of stuff always intrigues me. I'm heavily interested in ghosts, the paranormal, haunted histories, all of that stuff. So this sounds like something that I would actually love. Plus, spooky season is approaching, so perfect timing for that. Next up, we have Body of Water by Adam Godfrey. This publishes September 23rd. I flipped you around. I have not read this yet either, but the synopsis intrigued me deeply. I learn things about myself all the time, and lately one of the things I've learned is that that I really like the trope where a group of people, friends, strangers, family, whatever the case may be, they are driven and held together by some sort of outside force that threatens them in some sort of a way. So examples of this trope that I have read include things like Bird Box by Josh Malerman. You know, the strangers kind of all converge in this house as they're battling to stay alive due to the unseen thing that's killing people outside. And then The Visitor by Sergio Gomez is a short novella that I read last December, and it is set in a diner where a lot of travelers see like there's like this alien that lands outside and they have to survive this little mini invasion that's going on. Oh, there are also a few episodes of Supernatural that deal with this kind of a thing where they're trapped in a building with a bunch of strangers and they got to all get out to safety somehow, you know. And this book is similar to that. So there are people trapped in a diner. These gunmen show up and they start raving about like this sentient evil water that's coming for them. I don't know. And so the diners have to like pull together and survive not only the raving lunatics carrying guns, but like whatever this water thing is. So I'm excited about this. Give it a shot if it sounds like something you'd like. Also publishing September 23rd is Ladies in Hating by Alexandra Vasti. I have started reading this one. It is a sapphic Regency romance where two rival Gothic authors, novelists, find themselves trapped inside of a spooky manor and their true feelings have nowhere to hide. Oh my God. So I always want more gay books. So, you know, obviously this checks that box. And then this one sounds fun because I like historical fiction romance. It also is a little steamy, I'm told. I don't know. I'll keep you posted. So far, it's pretty good and I'm excited. I have this on ebook from NetGalley, and I also have a copy of the audiobook from Libro FM's ALC program. So I'm going to be reading this one. I got an email about this one the other day. It's called The Mad Wife by Megan Church. Shout out to fellow Megan. It is publishing September 30th, and I have not read it yet. I literally just got it. The premise alone had me like hooked. I think I'm going to really like this. So a 1950s housewife with a perfect life becomes increasingly obsessed with someone, a woman named Bitsy, who moves in down the street. And as her obsession grows, people around her start to use the word hysterical. You know how they love that word when women are usually right. They're right. Anyway, the people around her start to use the word hysterical. But is she hysterical? I don't know, but I cannot wait to find out. I love when women slowly unravel into madness, or, you know, also known as they're completely intuitive and correct about everyone around them and they just aren't listened to or believed. Just girly things, you know. Last but not least, publishing September 30th is Orange Wine by Esperanza Hope Snyder. This is a bindery publication under the Mareas imprint. I have started reading this also, and the writing, delicious. Truth be told, I've been in kind of a funk coma, whatever, ever since I finished The Everlasting, and it's just, that was such a beautiful book. Such a beautiful, devastatingly heartbreaking, heartfelt, warm, everything book. And so, you know, it's kind of hard to follow that, but I started reading Orange Wine, and it is a historical fiction that is set in the backdrop of early 20th century Colombia, where the Catholic Church exercises total control over women, you know, just girly things again. And a young mother finds herself having to make a new path for herself when her life falls apart in the form of her brother sleeping with, or not her brother, her husband sleeping with her sister. Sisterhood is so much fun. Anyway, I started reading this, as I said, in the thick of a book coma, and it brought me right out of it. I feel really good about this one. It's giving me just as much to grab onto as The Everlasting left me wanting more from my next book. And I read some stinkers. Y'all, you know. So it's always nice when one comes along and just feels good to read. You know, I rarely get that. So I'm very excited about this one. And again, this one publishes on the 30th. All right, so did any of those titles sound cool to you? Do you have any that are on your radar that you think would sound cool to me? If you do, leave them below. I love talking about books, obviously. Now I am going to finish my script for Does It Hurt? The Rant, and I hope you're ready for that because it is going to hurt. I mean, maybe not so much you, but it will hurt me because I finally finished this book and now I have to go through it again so that I can tell you about it. The things I do for love. If you like this kind of video and you want to see more of them from me, please let me know. Like the video, of course, subscribe if you haven't, but also like go down to the comments and tell me, I like this, do this more, because it's hard for me to gauge with the numbers. Like the analytics and the stats that I see, they really get me up in my head. And I'm like, I don't think anybody likes anything I do except for when I'm painfully suffering through a bad book for them. And that's true, and that's fine, and I'm willing to do it. Like I said, the things I do for love. But I like doing things like this too, so that you can know my taste a little bit better. Like, it's easy for me to hate something, but it's even more challenging for me to put into words what I love and why I love it, and share the things that I'm excited about with you. And I want to do more of that. I said I wanted to do more of that this year, and by God, I'm going to do it. So I hope you like this, because I'm going to keep doing it. I encourage all of you to go sign up for my bindery so you can keep up with things like this from me at all times. It comes straight to your inbox. It acts like a newsletter. It acts like a blog. And it also is just a way of keeping up with me. And if you're able, there are paid options for you to support me and the work that I do here so I can continue bringing quality content to you like this. I appreciate you. I love you. You don't have to say it back. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.